In Leonard Kibera's A Silent Song, we may look at Mbane's plight and his suffering directly, where we will simply discuss the problems that Mbane goes through. For example, physical pain, blindness, physical disability, poverty, etc. We have discussed Mbane's plight conclusively in a different video. We may also tie the suffering to a moral. For example, no matter how painful life is, hope gives a person the strength to endure. Using Mbane in A Silent Song, write an essay to support this statement. In that case, we're going to tie each difficulty or each problem to the fact that despite the problem, Mbane remains hopeful, and that hope gives him the strength to endure. For example, he suffers chronic pain, but he finds strength in hope. He thought of his own light, and then he would smile broadly and bravely. He finds it glorious, this feeling that far, far away beyond the pangs of darkness lay light. The same can be said about his blindness. Hope sustains him. He dreams of a light bigger and more meaningful than that which his eyes were denied. He sang his own happy song silently, to himself secretly. This happy thought filled his time. It was his refuge at night too. For physical disability, we can say that he clings to hope that someone would understand and raise the innocence of his crippled life along with the chosen. And this hope gives him endurance. And that can also be said about the extreme poverty, where he still would be happy when gay people, the happy people gave him some money, and he just believes and dreams and clings to a future that will be better. That can also be said about the social isolation that he goes through, and even the religious coercion when his brother tries to force him into institutionalized religion and baptism. He says, "I do not know, but I now see the light I have often thought about in my own way." He refuses to let go of his personal faith and hope. And the same can also be said about the social neglect and dehumanizing situation he lives in. Despite this, he holds on to hope that someday someone would understand him and raise the innocence of his crippled life along with the chosen, and that gave him hope. That can be said about Mbane in the new confinement, when he also thought about the fact that he cannot get married like his brother. But still, at such times of self-pity, he thought of his own light, and then he would smile broadly and bravely. Even despite the harsh weather and the cold at night, his silent song was his refuge. The story of Mbane teaches us that despite the problems that we face in life, we may endure because of the hope that we hold.